So this server case is just okay. When I don't really like how big it is, but for the ability to just stack something is nice. Uh, this case was really cool. I like it. It's a little crowded. Um, with the laptop drive in it, it's just impossible not to block the SATA ports, um, which is kind of strange why they chose to go with this. Um, this is traditional for a server like a Dell. You can see right here, there's one right here, and then this one here, same thing. This is normal for an actual like regular server. In fact, that's probably what I would save this for. Would be like in case I needed to use something here. Now these Dell PowerEdge servers, they're really nice. You get USBs, you get card reader and stuff like that, and you can hook an RGB up to the front. Where the Cisco, you can't. You have the console plug. If you don't have that plug, you're going to be screwed. I don't remember how many processes are in these other ones. These are a little more complicated to use than the server board that's in here. But I found that you actually don't need to use the RAID card. You don't have to use the RAID card. And this thing really deserves to have a fan on it. It gets pretty hot. And you can see that there are screw holes for a fan, but the issue is the only fan I had that would fit this had like some other type of connector on it. So there's no way to tap the power from this easily, in my opinion. So you'll need another connector. I think what I would probably do is just get like an old Molex connector and then just solder it up to a fan and do it that way. But this definitely needs a fan. It puts out a lot of heat. And inside that case over there, I mean, like, that was a really nice case, but the reality is it has one fan, and I don't know that it moves enough air or not. The server case actually, ironically, only has one more fan than that. And so this is actually the same kind of computer here, and I've never had any problems with this. But when I say same kind of computer, it just means same kind of case. So there's actually room for another fan. I just don't have any fans of this size. If you have this one here, which apparently is loose. Yeah, I guess so. With this guy here, you probably could relocate your power supply over here, and run that like that. I think that's why it's loose. I think I probably tried to do that, and I couldn't get it to fit. So I think you just remove this plate and then just put a power supply right in here instead of this plate. My power supply is up here. So we have this fan and that fan, whereas in the other case, we didn't have all that, and we have a lot more ventilation. That case had, like, no ventilation at all. But you would think the SI Forensics company would know how to build a reliable server, so apparently they didn't think it was a problem. They didn't think that the single fan was ever going to go out, or that it would fail if it did. But I noticed immediately with that card in there that that thing was just like putting out a ton of heat. I think the processor itself and all that other stuff would probably be fine with or without a fan. I think that's the idea behind it. The Xenon processor has enough cooling on its own, and then you have the fan inside the power supply cooling itself. And so basically, I guess they thought they didn't need another fan. I don't know. I don't like the design. I'd almost rather take this out of here. This is too big. And not enough fans, in my opinion, still. I'd rather have more fans. I think rather put it in like this case here that I'm not using down here. I think I'd rather use this I think that would be cool to put a server in, but then, you know, it can't really go sideways. And you can't stack a monitor on top of it like this. So I don't know, but I was thinking about changing it again. Or maybe just putting it all back in the other one anyway. But the advantage to putting it in a case like this is I could put multiple hard drives in here. This one here, I can add a couple more, but it'd be a little tricky. There's definitely enough SATAs on the board, and then you add the card and you have even more. So it just depends on how you want to do it.